You know, we all have those days that just don't go according to plan. Maybe we make a list of things we hope to accomplish, or we expect to be a certain kind of wife, mother, nana, and then distractions, lack of motivation, or even a lack of willpower get in our way. So my next guest is sharing her best words of encouragement for those days that get derailed. She says it's never too late to turn things around. Host of the online community Good Thoughts Rising, Kaili Jacobson, is joining me through the screen. Hi, Miss Kaili, how are you?
Hi, good. How are you?
I'm good, and I love this topic because I think everyone can relate to that day that just goes off the tracks. Before we jump into the topic and get some of your suggestions, we love the name of your online community, Good Thoughts Rising. What does that mean to you, and why did you choose it?
Okay, so fun fact, my dad was actually helping me brainstorm ideas back in 2018, and he came up with the name. Soon after I had my first child, I realized I was not in the place that I wanted to be in order to be the kind of mom that I wanted to be. So long story short, I reached out for help, and that led to me learning all about the power of our thoughts and understanding how much our thoughts influence us gave me hope that I could step into the kind of mother that I wanted to be. So I created Good Thoughts Rising as a way to help educate women on the power of their thoughts so they could step into whoever it is that they want to be. So that's the meaning behind the name and why I chose it.
Good for you, first of all, for identifying maybe that gap point in yourself, but more so for seeking out those solutions and then sharing them now with the rest of us so we can all be better together. Those good thoughts rise. I love your dad's suggestion on that. You're now a mom of two, so I'm just going to go ahead and assume you can relate to the derailed day.
Yes, for sure.
You've got 5 things we can say to ourselves, in fact, to turn our day around midpoint at any point during the day. First, it's not too late.
Yeah. So when you're having an off day and you catch yourself feeling discouraged because you're not being who you want to be, don't allow that awareness to send you spiraling even further. Remind yourself that it's not too late. It's not too late in the day to be the mom you want to be, even if you're at the tail end of your bedtime routine. And it's not too late in the argument to pause and be the wife you want to be. Stepping into who we want to be requires that we get good at realigning ourselves over and over and over again when we fall off track and we're not being who we want to be. So that thought just helps me to remember to engage in that process.
Being who we want to be means continually realigning ourselves. I love that. I love that thought. And sometimes the strong finishes are the best, right? You talk about the end of bedtime or even at the end of the day. Realign. I like that a lot. This next mantra, efforts above outcome.
Yeah. So on days when you're trying hard to be an intentional mother and maybe your kids are throwing a ton of tantrums anyway, or they're having a bad attitude, or you tried to be on time to something and you got stuck and you're late, focus on your efforts instead of the outcome, because oftentimes we don't have that much control of circumstances outside of us. We can only control our efforts. So focusing on that allows you to control what you can control.
I like this next one. I'm one decision away from a different kind of day.
When I'm having an off day, it can be helpful to remind myself that doing something I don't feel like doing is the perfect way to get myself back on track. And the idea that it's just one simple decision, I can make it in 1 second to go do something different, I'm suddenly on a different trajectory. For me, it's usually like taking a package to the post office that I've been putting off taking. Make that one decision. You'll turn your day around.
Well, I love your example, actually. I know we giggled, but like the small decisions, those small tasks or those small accomplishments actually sometimes feel mighty, especially when the day isn't feeling or going as you wanted it to. So celebrate the small things. In fact, that points to your next mantra. It speaks to the positivity. You want us to count up our wins for today, no matter how few there are.
Yeah, so our brains like to focus on the problem. They want a problem to solve. So we tend to zero in on what's going wrong. Intentionally directing your brain to focus on what you're doing right can give you some momentum.
I like that. I like that a lot. It seems all too often a bad day really is just you being victim or feeling victimized by your emotions, by your thoughts. You want us to reclaim that power.
Yes, totally.
Tell me about this next one. I have the power to shift my thoughts and emotions.
Yeah, so I have a special playlist that's specifically for hard moments that I turn on while I'm doing the dishes or making a meal to help me kind of shift my mood.
Mm.
It's called my gratitude playlist, and I only have like 5 or 6 songs on there. And it makes such a difference for me when I'm feeling kind of off
Yeah.
to listen to music that helps me get me in the space I want to be in. So find something that works for you, whatever that is.
I heard a girlfriend share something similar recently. Don't listen to the music for the mood you're in. Listen to the music for the mood you want to be in. And
Yeah.
that's exactly what you described, those playlists that will, I mean, sort of pump you up, right?
Yes, totally. In high
Kaili,
school, I like to listen to Taylor. Oh,
oh,
you're
no,
good.
go ahead. Taylor Swift was your jam?
Oh, yeah, I was going to say, like, when I was in a bad mood, I wanted to be more in a bad mood. But as I become a mom, I'm like, I can't do that anymore.
Yeah, I've got little people who are depending on me, so I've got to flip this around.
Yes.
Well, thank you for sharing these powerful phrases and your personal experience with them. We appreciate it. Where can we find more from you?
I'm on Instagram, just at Good Thoughts Rising.
We'll meet you there, sister. Thank you so much. Nice to meet you through the screen.
Thanks.